Sunday's winner, AAA 400 at Dover, Kurt Busch, driver of the 22 car. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Doing great. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. A little early start to the day out there for you, huh?
Yeah, we're out in Phoenix, just trying to polish up on the new surface out here. They paved it, and it's slick, and we'll see what tire Goodyear brought for us, and we'll try to make some laps. When I was out here testing a month ago for Goodyear with which tire we thought we needed to bring, it was just amazing how there was only 6 cars, and we basically just put left side tire tracks and right side tire tracks. It was like cars driving through the snow.
Wow.
Well, Kurt just mentioned here a few minutes ago that I think that I'm right on the. You probably got some good news for race fans today, right?
Absolutely. This is our week where if you win and you've got a Shell Saver card, you get 22 cents a gallon off fuel purchases. So any of the nitrogen-rich gasoline brands you want, you get 22 cents a gallon off if you have your Shell Saver card.
Wow. So that's a promo. I remember you telling us that after Sonoma as well. So that Shell promotion continues. That's cool.
Yep, anytime the 22 car wins, and you get it on Wednesdays.
All right, dude. I got to go back and just ask you the question, and I know the answer, but I want you to, for the race fans out there, how big a deal was that win Sunday for not only you, but for you and that race team?
Well, I mean, it was a great win, of course, to win in the chase and to bump up in points and to be legitimate championship contenders. I mean, we had everything go wrong for us at New Hampshire with that car. I mean, it was a brand-new car, couldn't get anything to measure right, bump stops, the front end wouldn't travel, rear end wouldn't string properly. I mean, that car was just a pain. And so it was great to bounce back with a proven car and take it to victory lane the next week.
All right, so you get a win at Dover, and you beat your arch nemesis in the bargain. So that's got to, even if you were, and you were always very gracious, certainly afterward, that's got to be a little bit sweeter when you go home on Sunday night, right?
Oh, it is. I mean, it's great. It's icing on the cake, but, there's so many weeks left in this chase. You're starting to see who the guys are that have run strong each week, but then we've looked at guys that have just struggled, but nobody's had like a catastrophic finish. I mean, Denny Hamlin's struggling. Newman's back there a little bit, but like Stewart's 26th, his wins have erased that 26th place finish. Jeff Gordon had a 20th or something this past week. We had a 22nd in New Hampshire. It seems like everybody's got one of those bad finishes so far, and you don't want to have any more of those.
Kurt, you guys, I'm sure, have looked at everything for the rest of the year. You head off this week. Of course, you're testing in Phoenix. Leave Phoenix, you're going to Kansas. Big doings this week at Kansas. What kind of car are you guys taking? Have you got a car that runs good on a mile and a half? You're taking a new piece?
We're taking a proven piece, and it's a car that we've got just all the notes for it. And then we led most laps at Kansas earlier this year, so we're hoping for good things, but you can't expect it to happen. You have to go and make it happen. And this team, with that win, everybody's just slapping the high fives, knowing that we're in this mix, and we're going to give it all we've got these next 7 weeks.
Yeah, we don't expect any less from you, from Steve Addington, that entire bunch there. We know you guys are very well positioned, 9 points back. First time around at Kansas back in June, your teammate Brad Keselowski wins. A lot of people would chalk that up to fuel mileage, and he certainly was able to stretch that, make that happen. Do you go in there thinking that's a likely scenario again this time, or because the weather will be a lot different and it's just a different time of the year, does this one play out differently?
You expect it to be a race, and then if it does turn into a fuel mileage situation, you have to be prepared. It's just basically when yellows happen and the timing works out where you can stretch it to the end on fuel, that's what teams are doing these days. I mean, it's been done for years in Formula One and in IndyCar where you end the race on fumes. And now NASCAR's starting to pick up on that with what we have for track position issues.
Kurt, the chase started 3 weeks ago, and since the day that it started, you guys have been wide open. There's a lot expected of you because you are chase guys. You've had to make appearances. You've worked double hard this week. You're off to Phoenix. You're going to be in Phoenix. Then you're going to be in Kansas. Do you guys come home? Do you get to take a break, or are you going to leave your Phoenix test and head straight over to the next racetrack?
Yeah, I'm heading straight from Phoenix to Kansas. I actually got a charity golf tournament for Sprint Thursday morning. And in the afternoon, we're taking some Shell Pennzoil internal commercial spots that we'll see for all of our employees. And then just settle into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we're heading back to Charlotte for 2 weeks. So it'd be nice to just kind of get to the house and relax a little bit and know that we'll be home around Charlotte for a couple weeks.
Got to be a break for you there. That certainly sounds good. Now that things have settled out, we're ready to go to the fourth race of the chase here, and you're solidly in the mix here. You're tied for third spot, less than 10 out of the lead. Do you have an average finish kind of in mind? You've got your win in the chase. Is that job one off your list, and you're thinking, okay, if we're a top 5 car every week, we've got a great chance to go to Homestead and win this thing?
I think Chocolate knows this best. When Dale Sr. was winning championships and Jeff Gordon were posting them through the 80s, 90s, and into 2000s, he always shot for a 7th place, average of 7. Now, this chase format, you got to be better than that. But if you can just sit there and just try to chip away at 7ths every week, that's your magic number in my mind.
All right, dude. So when I leave here today, when I head back up the road and I pull into the Shell station and I've got my Shell card, I'm going to get 22 cents off, right?
It's on Wednesdays. They call it WINS days.
Okay, tomorrow.
Shell, but no. Yep, yeah. On Wednesday. You had me cross-threaded. I was like, which day is it today? I don't even know.
It's Tuesday. Yeah, so Chalk's, he's going to try to stretch his fuel mileage in commuter car B and get into the fuel.
Go do all your driving today, and then you'll be ready to fuel up tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, back to the job at hand at Phoenix. You'll get a lot of laps there today and tomorrow. So even though Goodyear, I think, had told us via press release they had settled on the tire package, you think they may have to change it based on what you find out today and tomorrow?
No, I was just referring to when I was here doing the tire test. Right. They didn't quite have the combination that we had driven on just yet. So we'll see what we get today. I'm sure it'll be great. And all the teams will be out here making laps, so it'll really groom the track in well.
Do you think it'll be a racier place now with the reconfiguration, the wider front stretch and the different kink on the backside?
We'll see. The front stretch is just maybe 2 or 3 feet wider. Won't play any difference. But turns 1 and 2 is very different. So that's what I encourage all the race fans to look for.
All right, we'll look forward to that next to last race of the season. Thanks for making time for us today. Always great to catch up with you. Congratulations on a terrific day Sunday at Dover.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It's always good to talk about the wins, and here we are in the chase, ready to go.
There you go. Maybe another one next week. We'll schedule you now tentatively for next Monday. How's that?
Just pencil me in. Don't put it in anything.